Hi, this is Ramu, Associate Professor, Department of CSC, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today class, we are going to see object-oriented programming concept. In object-oriented programming concept, if you observe very clearly, the main two entities are very important. First one is the class and object. Before going to object-oriented programming language, let us see what is the difference between the procedure-oriented programming language and object-oriented programming language. If you observe very clearly, here the first one is the procedure-oriented programming language and second one is the object-oriented programming language. If you observe clearly, see, in the procedure-oriented programming language, the data and the functions are different. There is no, a proper binding, right? The both are in a different way. But when you observe the object-oriented programming language, objects in the data as well as the methods are binded with the object. Means here, object-oriented programming language provide the more secure when comparing with the procedure-oriented programming language, as well as it has more, it solve the complex problem in a simple manner. The best example is the Java. So Java, the Java is very robust language. Even the internet browsers are using Java only, right? So the example of the procedure-oriented programming language is C language. And C++ is the combination of, it is a partially object-oriented programming language. Coming to the Java, it is a purely object-oriented programming language. Means in C++, you can write a programs without objects also. But in Java, you don't have any option. You should use object-oriented programming language. Means you need to call or you need to modify anything through the objects only. Coming to the Python. So up to now we have seen without objects also, right? So it supports normal programming language as well as the object-oriented programming language based on the user's convenience, right? The main advantage of the object-oriented programming language is it is bind with the data as well as the methods. That is the beauty of the object-oriented programming language, right? It has four pillars, four features of the object-oriented programming language. First one is the abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. We'll see one by one, right? So before going to the object-oriented programming language, first we need to clear with the what is a class and what is a object. So most of the students are worrying about that class definition and what it is called object definition. So I'll give a little example. So we'll get a more clarity on the what is the object-oriented program. What is the object and what is a class. See, here the first one is the house plan, right? This is the house plan, right? Here we have three houses. First one, second one, and third one, right? If you observe clearly, have only one plan. But I made three houses with the same plan. Is it possible or not? Yes, it is possible. It is possible means it's only one plan, right? It is only one plan. But I build three houses from that. Not only three, we can n houses. There is a possibility is there, right? Means observe carefully. So plan is a class. Each house is an object. Means simply class is a blueprint of an object or real world entity. A blueprint, right? It is a plan, right? Object is a real world entity. Means there is no existence for the class. There is no real world. There is no real world existence. There is no real world existence is there. But object is a real world entity. Please note this. It is a real world entity. But this object should follow the class characteristics. Right? Is this clear? I will give the one more example. For example, student is a class. So what are the characteristics of the students? See, every student has a name. Every student has a roll number, right? Every student has a some marks, for example, right? For example, if you take the first object, object 1. Object 1 has a name, but name value is different. Name value is different. Like roll number. First student has a roll number also, but the roll number may be different. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? So, for example, just take a simple class, right? So, here he has a name, roll number, and next one is marks, right? Marks. If you take the first student, student 1, his name is A, and his roll number is 5, and his marks are 580, right? If you take the second student, so he has a name is B, and roll number 6, and 900 marks, right? So, if you observe clearly, the characteristics are same, but values may be different for the object. Means this is the real world entity. Real world entity. Please note this. Please note this. An object is a real world existence. But a class is a blueprint, is a planning. Simply it is called as a planning. There is no existence for the plan. But the object should follow the characteristics of the class. That is the important point here. Right? So let us see what is a class. And class is a blueprint of that object. Right? So blueprint. There is no real world existence. Only blueprint of the class. Right? If you observe the class syntax, class is a keyword. Please note this. Class is a keyword. And class name as you wish based on the situation. For example, if you are going to solve the college database, then you can take the student class, right? Library class, like that, right? Suppose if you are going to handle with the banking application, then you go for the employee class. Employee class contains employee name, employee ID, employee salary. These are the characteristics. Each employee contains a different values. That is the difference between the class and object. See, this is a class syntax. For example, if you observe here, see, class is a keyword and person is a class name. It has a document. Suppose if you want to print something regarding the class, right? What describes the particular class? If you want that kind of, it is called as a documentation, right? So it is not necessary. If you want, you can use. Otherwise, you just leave it that one, right? And so this is the class variable. Right? Is this clear? This is the class variable. You can access this class variable using the class name also. And also as well as the object values. This is common for all the objects. It is common for all the objects. This is not an object. It is not related to the particular object. So we'll see all the things in the editor with an explanation. Right? Is this clear? What is a class and how to create a class and what is a class syntax? Right? Next, we'll see what is the object. How to create the object. You have seen how to create a class. Now, our task is to create an object for the created class. How to create an object for the created class. See, this is the object. See, object is simply a collection of data as well as the methods. That is the future of the object-oriented programming language, right? So, in the object-oriented programming language, if it is a purely object-oriented programming language, everything you have to perform through the objects. Then it is called as a purely object-oriented programming language. See, that can run the data, right? See, this is the way you can create an object. What is the syntax for the object creation is, see, this is the object name, and this is a class name. And with the function brackets. It's called as object creation. See, for example, here I have given an example. Person. is a class. Person is a class and it has a one class variable. Please note this. This is called as a class variable. I'll tell you what is a class variable, what is a local variable, what is an instantiate variable. Instant means object variable. Object variable. I'll give the full clarity on this lecture. Right? Let us see in the editor. Okay. So now you know how to create a class, first one, and how to create an object. Now we'll see in an example. First, I'm going to create a student class. Student class. See, student class. You know, student contains what are the characteristics? You know, name, right? Name. I'm going to take my name as a student name and roll number, right? So roll number, right? Oh, A51, right? A51 and marks 580, right? Now, how to access the class data? How to access the class data? See, if you use a print, it is available in which class? Per student class, right? So you just use a student dot name, right? Next, I'm going to student dot next one is roll number, right? Next, print student dot what is that? Marks, right? See, if we execute this one, got it? This is the data we have gained in the class, right? But this is not the proper manner. Why it is? See, here you didn't create any object. Just have wrote some data in the class and you just access through the class name only, right? For example, even if you want documentation, what is the documentation? This is the documentation. What I'm going to write. This is college. Application. Application means some information regarding this class. For example, if you want to know what is the class, what is the purpose of the class, if you want to know that one, you just use a student dot double underscore doc. Got it? If you want to access the documentation of the particular class, you just use a double underscore of doc of double underscore. This is a class method. This is the class predefined method. Right? By using that variable, you can access the data. Right? Is this clear? Now, we have created the object, but we have created the class. But now we will see how to create an object for this class. See, student, first one, student 1, right? S1 equal to student of, right? S2 equal to student. Means you created two objects. You have created two objects, right? You have created student 1 and student 2. But if you observe clearly here, can I write S1 here? S1 and S1 and S1, right? This one is not required. We have already seen, right? If you execute this one, yes, I'm getting the answer. But if you apply same thing, S2 also, it is the same data, right? S2 also it has the same data. But what is the use? What is the use of this one? What is the use of this one? See, for example, here I'm going to change the data. I'm going to change the data for only S1, right? S1 dot name, S1 dot roll number, S1 dot marks, S1 dot marks, right? And I'm going to print S2. See, sorry, I want to change the date, right? Raju, right? Raju, 510 and 980. See, if you perform changes in the S1, that will, yes. Now, if you print S1, see, changes happen, right? The changes are happen, right? And for example, if you print S2 here, S2, S2 and S2, see. So, the data is same. Data is same, right? Means the object to object, data will change. So, this is the different object. This is the, even if you perform in the S2, for example, if you perform changes, now if you print S1 here, see, if you run this code, this is the updated data, right? And this is the old data, because you didn't perform any operations on the S2. S2 is the same data which you have written in the class it will retrieve. It will create a separate, means S1 has a separate name, separate roll number and separate. Is this clear? Right? And this is the way we're going to create a object, and as well as the way how to create a class. Even if you want, you can create an employee class. Just take the employee as a class name, right? And you write the, so like that you can create a n number of objects. Each object has its own values, but the characteristics should be same, because here, please note this. This is the prototype. This is the prototype, right? And these are the real-time entity. That is the difference. So every prototype, they have a n number of objects, but only the thing is same characteristics. Please note this, same characteristics. Values may be different. Right? That is the only the thing is the difference between the class and object. Class is a blueprint of an object. There is no existence, but object has an existence. That is the main difference, right? The next class we'll see what is a constructor and how to create the constructors and destructors also. We'll see in the next class. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.